All right, we're back with a little bit of a pregame coverage for the boys' game between the Gators and the Dragons. Jackson, what are you thinking about so far on this matchup?
Warren Central has a lot of athletic players on their roster. I don't know. I think this is probably the toughest matchup that Greenwood is going to have all year. Mainly just because Warren Central poses a lot of matchup issues. That's predominantly what the main thing Greenwood's going to be looking after. I don't know. It's just Warren Central can shoot the lights out. They're also one of the most athletic teams in the entire division. So it's going to be really tough. But I think Greenwood's just going to be able to play mainly on the perimeter, and that's probably how they try to win the game. What about you?
Yes, that was one thing I noticed when I was looking at a Warren Central stat sheet. They're actually 1 percentage point behind Greenwood in three-point shooting percentage at 35%, which is somewhat above pedestrian, but that's all you need when you have the kind of athleticism that Warren Central does.
Absolutely.
Pretty well all their starting lineup has jumped out of the gym athleticism. But I think this matchup will be a little bit closer than the road matchup we saw earlier this year, where Warren Central just took care of business against against this Greenwood team and beat them by about 20. Because Greenwood is more of a home team. They do play a lot better with that student section behind them.
Absolutely. It's one of the best student sections, I'd say, in probably the entire region, in my opinion. But yeah, but Greenwood actually has been on a 5-game winning streak with 4 games, 4 of those games being road games, and most recently the Logan County game where they came out on top. But, we'll talk about that when the game actually starts. We don't want to exhaust so many of our comments.
Yeah. But another opponent of interest during that win streak was Owensboro Catholic. They came out on top by 2 during the West Strader Schoolboy Classic, which was over at Warren Central. It's a good win away from the swamp, and not too many students were in attendance either. So a good win without the home crowd behind you. I think this Greenwood team is playing a whole lot better than they were when they were playing at Central a few weeks ago.
Who's a player that you're going to be looking for a big game out of tonight for Greenwood?
I think Jack Roberts is going to have a little bit of a repeat performance from last Friday when he dropped 25 and maybe score a little bit more than that. This is his senior season and his last night playing in front of the Swamp. He'll maybe want to leave those Greenwood Gator faithful with a little bit something special.
Absolutely.
Who do you think is going to be the key player for us in this game?
Well, looking at the starting lineup, it doesn't seem like Kate Sinette's actually in the starting lineup tonight. Seems like they're going to be going with the Stansberry brothers, Jack Roberts, Parker Williams, and Ben Carroll. I really like this lineup. I really like it when they run Jack Roberts at the power forward. I would like to see a little bit more Peyton Loggins, but that's a story for another day. But with Jack Roberts at the 4, they have 4 players who can all shoot from the outside. Well, with Parker Williams as the only exception, he shoots about 23% on the season, but from 3-point range. But with that 4-man out scheme, I really think that they'll be able to take over this game.
Yes.
So, yeah, to answer your question, though, I really think that Ben Carroll is going to have a big game tonight. I mean, Warren Central has a lot of athletic players, but they don't have any players who can really match up with his skill and size. If they are able to limit Ben Carroll, though, that's an entire layer to the game that Greenwood's going to miss dearly. But, yeah, it's going to be an exciting game, nevertheless.
I think it will be. Well, time's winding down, and we'll take a little bit of a break here as they announce the starting lineups and play the national anthem. We'll be back for tip-off in a few minutes, so stay tuned. All right, here we are with tip-off. We have, give me a second here. Yep, we have a DeAndre Boyd going up against Ben Carroll for this tip-off. Hopefully we see a good, fairly contested game or a Greenwood blowout. I would take both. Or either, actually. Can't take both. Fairly contested game and blowouts typically don't come in the same game.
Some games are extremely close, and then at the end of the game, it's like they win by 20.
Ooh, a nice play there by Ben Carroll with the shot rattles out. Central controls the rebound.
Oh, no.
Boyd takes a wide open three-pointer and drills it.
That's really bad.
That is not a good start whatsoever, and now Central's coming up with pressure.
You better hope that's not
It's Parker Williams with the ball. Kobe Brent's closely trailing.
I mean, you can't have very many defensive possessions like that, letting up an extremely good shooter that's wide open on the perimeter.
Good hustle play there by Parker Williams, and he scores. It's now 2-3 in favor of your Gators. Number 5, Malika. Over to Boyd. Or Brent, excuse me. Bibb in the corner. Out to Brent. Close defense there by Kate Sinnott. Barber in the corner. Out to Brent. Out to Malika, who shoots and scores. Barber applying pressure. Central really playing in your, miscommunication right there, but Greenwood retains possession. Jack Roberts has a wide open three, and it goes off back iron, but Greenwood controls the rebound.
You have to think they eventually have to have some type of offensive set. This ISO just doesn't work against a good defensively.
Yes. Eric Roberts gets another open shot, and this one hits the top thingamajig. Not quite sure what that's called, but it is out of bounds. I do know that much. It'll be Central ball. They're taking the ball back up court.
Yeah, but Warren Central is an extremely defensively strong team. Greenwood's going to have to come up with some plays to draw up to be able to get some offense going. But that's a player I expect to have a really big game.
And Brents takes the three-pointer. It goes off back iron, but Greenwood controls the Central controls the rebound, and he shoots in, scores up. He's going to call it on the ground.
That's a player I expect to have a really big game, though, is Malika. He's number 5 for Warren Central. He's a mismatch for Greenwood. He's extremely lengthy and poses a lot of problems for this Greenwood team.
Yes. Right now he's averaging about 6.1 points per game.
There's Boyd with the shot. Hits off front iron.
Boy, Jack Roberts has had a bunch of open shots, but none of them have seemed to be falling so far. He really needs to get the lid off that bucket if Greenwood is going to have any chance in this game. Boyd takes it in, seemingly travels, and gets the bucket. It's now 7-2 in favor of the visiting Dragons.
Boyd, he's hands down the best player for Warren Central on this roster. He's averaging the most points for Warren Central and the most rebounds for them also.
Cade Sin appeared to draw the foul, but they did not call it, and the shot rolls out.
Boyd's both an elite shooter, passer, and hustler for this Warren Central team.
Ball flies off 2 Gators and goes back into Central's hands, and they get the bucket. This is not a good start at all.
That was a score there by Tayshawn Bibb.
Greenwood really needs a bucket here. They're in danger of just falling completely out of this game before we even hit the midway point of the first quarter. We haven't even had a stoppage in play yet. We're about 4 minutes in.
Double screen play there by Greenwood, though.
Then Carroll takes it in and scores.
He may have gotten away with the travel on that one.
Yeah, he really did. Malika kicks out to Boyd, who shoots and misses off front iron. Lucky break there for the Gators. Zach Roberts gets it back. To into Ben Carroll, who draws the foul there on Tayshawn Bibb.
That was a good play there by Ben Carroll. Kind of that hard-nosed offense driving into the paint.
Carroll gets the ball on the low post, shoots and scores. Nice little fadeaway right there. It's now 6-9. And Boyd gets the ball again, shoots and airballs it, but Central comes up with the rebound.
That makes the score 11-6 right now.
Ooh.
3 minutes.
Catch Central napping right there. Jack Roberts almost has a wide open corner shot, but elects not to take it.
The fans need a score update, Tucker.
It's about a 6-11 right now with 3:04 remaining. The Gators are behind right now. Ben Carroll takes and makes a three-point jumper. He has been on fire lately. They called that a 2, never mind. But nevertheless, Greenwood is only down 3 now. It's 8-11. Been some really high-paced basketball, and that's really got to favor Warren Central. They're the team that really looks to get out and run. Good defense there by Ben Carroll. They forced a missed shot, and they're going to bring it back up court with a chance to tie it up right here. Kicks it inside. Cade Stinnett wide open down low. Appears to draw a foul, but to no avail. Barber takes in, air balls the wide open three-pointer.
Ooh, that was a good pass there by Boyd.
And they called a foul.
That was a blocking foul there on Parker. You could see it.
Cade Stinnett has just been getting no love so far from these officials. These appear to take 2 hard hacks while shooting, and they have called neither of them.
How hard Cade Stinnett plays, though. Almost every single time he gets touched, he goes flying, though, just because he's always playing at 110%, 100 miles an hour.
Bibbs has the ball. Down low. Oh. Nice pass right there to Giovanni Floyd.
Didn't that guy go to Greenwood?
Yes, he did go to Greenwood for about 2 years. I was about to mention that.
That guy sure can get up there, can't he?
Yes, he can.
I really do think Ben Carroll's going to pose a lot of problems for Warren Central, though. Almost no player for Warren Central can match up on him defensively.
Ooh, nice pass there by Noah Stansberry. And Cade finally gets some love from the officials as he'll be going to the line for 2.
Because either Tayshawn Bibb or Boyd have been covering Ben Carroll throughout. Both of them give up inches in that matchup. Greenwood plays an in-and-out game. Usually they shoot a 3 or they go for a layup. But Ben Carroll has that really nice in-between game where he's able to get set up on the left or right block, just be able to hit that mid-range fadeaway or even a jump hook.
Isaac Stansberry coming in for Parker Williams, who appears to just be taking a breather.
Isaac Stansberry, senior. Though he should be getting more playing time.
Yes, he should. His sharpshooting ability is really something that's hard to find sometimes, and he really helps spread the floor. Central going with almost an entirely new lineup to get their starters some rest. Oh, errant pass there by Tayshawn Bibb, who is the only starter left.
Ooh. Isaac Stansberry, though, yeah, like I said, that sharpshooting ability. He is second on the roster for starters for three-point percentage. He's just behind Jack Roberts, obviously, because it's Jack Roberts. But second place is Lance Upright, but Lance Upright does not start usually.
Errant pass right there. And Pillow just gets a little bit too fancy with that. Trey Pillow.
Trey Pillow went to Greenwood for a little while, too.
Yes. Some defectors on this Warren Central roster. I completely forgot about that.
We already commentated on one guy who left us, Tyler Martin, who plays for South Warren now.
You know, you'd have to think with all the players that left Greenwood, they would have a pretty stacked roster if they stayed.
Absolutely.
You'd say that about plenty of the football teams that lost a whole lot of players to Bowling Green.
But even in regards to that, they still do have a pretty stacked roster.
Yes.
I think it's just the cohesiveness they're missing. Yeah, half the time when they play, it's like they have 5 James Hardens out there.
Uh-oh. And Malika takes it in and scores.
The score is 15-10 right now with 44 seconds left in the first quarter. Warren Central is ahead.
Cade Sinnott in the corner, closely contested by G. Floyd. Stansberry gets a somewhat open three-pointer, and it rims out.
Do you know if their father, Rick Stansberry, is attending this night?
No, he's not. He's currently actually dealing with a back injury. It kept him out of the Western Kentucky game yesterday.
And they played Rice, correct?
Yes, that double overtime game with James Harden in attendance. Warren Central takes and makes the buzzer-beating shot. It is 10-17 in favor of the Dragons to close out the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back here at the Swamp with the start of the second quarter. All right, we are back with the start of the second quarter.
Sorry if you got motion sickness from that cut. I know. That camera moved pretty quickly. Good rebound there by Ben Carroll, leading rebounder for Greenwood. Obviously. In second place is Cade Sinnott, actually. That might be a surprise to some as he's the starting point guard for the team, but it's not a surprise to people who see him play.
Ooh, nice spin move there by Ben Carroll, but he does not get the bounce. Greenwood has not been getting the bounce on any of the shots so far. Hopefully that can change. Lawrence takes and misses the three-pointer. Ben Carroll taps it out to Noah Stansberry. And Greenwood controls the rebound. Cade Sinnott takes and airballs the mid-range jumper. That's not really his game. You don't want to see him taking those kinds of shots.
But you do have to get those fast break points. I mean,
yes.
I would have liked him to drive it into the paint on possessions like that, but I mean, you really don't want to leave possessions empty-handed. And if he let Warren Central's defense get set, they were definitely going to end that possession with 0 points.
Lawrence puts it inside to Floyd. And Boyd takes a wide open, and it bricks off the backboard. That's not something you see from him a whole lot. Oh, that appeared to be goaltending almost. Ooh, nice pick off there by Noah Stansberry. And foul there on Boyd. You know, it is somewhat early on in the game, the first time I've watched him play, but DeAndre Boyd does kind of play like and look like Admiral Schofield, the starting UT small forward. He's pretty good with the three-pointer, but his main focus is athleticism. And they do look somewhat alike. Cade Sinnott takes and makes the somewhat wide open shot.
Finally got the lid off the basket, didn't he?
Yes, Greenwood has been generating a lot of good shots. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come. Greenwood playing a little bit of a odd 3-2 zone. Seems to be stifling the Dragons somewhat well so far.
Chandler Wilson is subbed in right now for Ben Carroll, giving Ben Carroll a breather, considering they have been running their offense for him.
Hopefully Chandy can bring a little bit of strength to the post. And that's going to be off Warren Central.
Huh.
Huh.
Yeah.
We're not going to complain about it. That was almost obviously off of us, but refs can't hear us, you know.
Yeah.
It'll be Greenwood ball. Parker Williams takes it across the timeline.
Considering you, it's a good thing they can't hear us most of the time.
Ah, yes. Especially some of the things I shouted as a member of the student section and not a sportscaster. The filter is 100% off. It's about 50% on while I'm on the air, though. Jack Roberts gets an open shot, but passes up on it, takes it in, and makes the shot. Back-to-back really good possessions there by Greenwood. The ball movement looked really good. So Barber with the ball. Now over to Tayshawn Bibb. Over to Barber in the corner, who misses the jumper. And Parker Williams comes out with the board with a closing Boyd behind him. Good effort by him to stay poised. Chandy gets the ball on the low post and gets the ball poked loose. Barber takes it in, and they call a foul. There's no contact after the ball already went in.
That's understandable, though. Sometimes it doesn't matter about the actual foul. It matters how you sell it.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I talked to the Masked Marauder about 2 days ago, and he told me about the defense that Greenwood plays. It's actually called the Gator defense. It's predominantly a 3-2 zone where when a player gets into the post, they usually try to double team or triple team that team, kind of like trap in on them. It's worked pretty well against Warren Central, considering the Dragons only have a 5-point lead, 19-14.
Yes, Greenwood has done a very good job to really limit those transition opportunities for Warren Central, as they seem to thrive off of those.
Ooh, good move there by Jack Roberts. But
he passes out of it because there was very good defense there by Barber.
See, that's a possession right there where Greenwood really could use some more floor spacing.
Oh, nice hustle play there by Kate Stinnett, who shoots and the ball rolls out. My goodness. Oh, Brents loses the ball off his foot. It'll be Greenwood ball. Greenwood has been playing really hard right now. If they could just get a few buckets to drop, they could probably take the lead pretty soon.
Absolutely.
They've been playing so fundamentally sound so far.
That's the name of the game. Get more buckets than the other team.
Yep. Greenwood student section starting a little bit of chant to try to get the Gators going.
They have been oddly quiet throughout this entire game.
They have. Oh, nice pump fake there by Jack Roberts, and he makes the shot. It is now 16-19. Your Gators have pulled within 3 with about 3:38 remaining in the second quarter. Oh, nice block there by Ben Carroll on Tayshawn Bibb. That'll get the crowd into it a little bit. Ben Carroll takes it in, shoots, and it's tapped. Oh, Parker Williams appeared to trip or do something. And they called it off Central. It'll be Greenwood ball. Nice hustle play there on defense.
Heads up play there by Greenwood.
It may not show it on the scoreboard, but Greenwood has been really outplaying Central in this second half. If they could get a few buckets to drop, this would be a Greenwood lead right now. Good hustle play there by Parker Williams to get the ball. Noah Stansberry takes and drills the three-pointer. It's a tie game now with 3 minutes remaining. That's going to inject a little bit of energy into the crowd. It'll be Malika taking it up court. Brents has the ball now. Out to Bibb. Over to Barber.
Bibb does have a very nice in and out game
yes.
for a big man.
Bibb gets the board right there and makes the shot almost right on cue, Jackson.
That's Hassan Whiteside-esque right there.
Yes.
Just palming the ball right there.
Timeout there for Greenwood. It's with about 2:28 remaining. Your Gators are only behind 19-21 now here at the Swamp. We'll be right back with the closing 2 minutes of the second quarter. All right, we are now back. Central playing a whole lot of pressure on the ball right now, presumably to try to push up the tempo a little bit and try to get a few more transition opportunities.
That was a pretty quick game in the first quarter, wasn't it?
Yes, and its second quarter's gone by pretty quick too. We only have 2 minutes remaining. Feels like every time I look up at the scoreboard, another 4 minutes have passed. There have not been a lot of fouls called. Jack Roberts just barely misses the layup right there.
Warren Central has done an extremely good job at boxing out Ben Carroll in this game, though, which is something you have to do concerning his rebounding presence.
Greenwood comes up with a loose ball here. And they're going to call that a
blocking foul.
Blocking foul. Yes, he did seem to set up after Jack Roberts already got in the air. So that is a blocking foul. They're going to call that on the floor, though.
I don't think Jack Roberts is going to shoot that. I think he had the intention of getting fouled on that one. Trying to let Greenwood reset and start a new offensive possession. I like that play.
Appear to have a little bit of some fluid on the floor. Not quite sure what it is.
I guess it's sweat, sucker.
You never know. They could be bleeding.
If there's blood.
Maybe a little bit of a pregame Shogun meal came back up on that tumble. You never know. Never know. It'll be Greenwood with the inbound here. Noah Stansberry has the ball in the corner. Closely contested now by number 5, Malika. Cade Sinnott takes it in. Nice little spin move right there, and he ties the game up. It's 21-all with 1:26 remaining.
Cade Sinnott just went straight at Boyd on that possession. He playing like a bulldog on that play.
That's really what Greenwood needs right now, is just play with that edge and intensity. It's the only way they're going to be able to keep up with this superior as far as athleticism goes Greenwood or Warren Central team. Brents takes him, makes a spin jumper. He is probably the last guy we'd expect to hit that kind of shot, but it's barely off his hands right there.
No, Stansberry put a little bit too much mustard on that pass.
Yeah,
kind of got away from him. But yeah, when you look at Cade Sinnott, there's not a single player on the court whose knees are redder than his.
Yes, he's always all over the floor.
He also likes wearing those shorts nice and upkent, doesn't he?
Yep. I mean, I think all of the Greenwood team does, aside from Parker Williams.
That's a foul
and I prefer that too.
Foul there called on Malika.
That's
travel, actually.
Oh, travel. Okay, so they weren't putting a foul up on the scoreboard.
Score is 23-21 right now. 36 seconds left in the half. Great defense here by Warren Central. They're trying to shut off this outside shot for Greenwood right now.
Yes. They appear completely content with dribbling out the clock here and maybe getting one last second shot to either tie it up or take the lead. You think here a go-ahead 3 right here would do so much for their confidence heading into the locker room, as they have outplayed Central completely in this half. Ooh, nice cross up here, and Jack Roberts drills it right on cue. It's a tie game now. 1 second remaining. Brents takes and misses the jumper, and Greenwood's going to head into the locker room. Tied up here with Warren Central. Great half by Greenwood, if I do say so myself. And with Greenwood headed to the locker room, it's all knotted up at 23 here at the half. We'll be back with our halftime conversation. All right, and we're back with a little bit of a halftime discussion. Jackson, what stood out to you the most in that first half?
A lot of things, Tucker. I was actually, one of the things I noticed most is about Warren Central. Warren Central was playing extremely good press defense throughout that entire first half. They were really able to limit perimeter shots by Greenwood, but Greenwood really showed like their elite in-between game with their mid-range shots. I mean, Ben Carroll had a couple of great mid-range fadeaways, I mean, throughout that entire first half. Also, Jack Roberts, he had a few good plays throughout. Also, another player I was extremely surprised by, Boyd. I mean, I know coming into this game, I knew he was an elite big man. I mean, with that 6'3" frame, he's also able to handle the ball. He's able to shoot. I mean, if we're able to limit him, if we're able to keep him from getting open on the perimeter, then I really think that we're going to be able to take control of this game. I mean, just the tempo that we've been playing with has really been controlling this entire game. I really enjoyed what I've seen from Greenwood so far. I just want to see more from the Stansberry brothers. That's one of the main things. I mean, Jack Roberts, Ben Carroll, they're going to get their own. I mean, obviously, they're amazing players. I mean, Kate Stinnett, Parker Williams. Kate Stinnett, honestly, he's been extremely surprising for me this game. I mean, he's not really that good of a shooter. I mean, he's one of the best spark plugs that we have and rebounding players. But, I mean, he's been shooting extremely well. He's been scoring at a good clip. I really liked what I've seen from Kate Stinnett, though. What about you, though? Sorry.
I think I was checking some stats on the Sporting Times while we were taking a break, and one of the main things I noticed was Greenwood only allowed 6 points in that second quarter.
Wow.
And that is insane with an offense as explosive as Warren Central for them to hold them to 6 points. It really shows that so-called Gator defense you were talking about is really working. They've been playing some really tough defense. They've been creating a whole lot of shot opportunities. If those shots start falling, Greenwood may run away with this.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I said before, like in the first quarter, I said that we were playing a lot of isolation ball. We've been moving the ball a lot better in the second quarter, and it's really been kind of throwing off Warren Central's defensive game plan of that press defense that they've been like instilling. But yeah, if Greenwood keeps moving the ball like they did in that second quarter and limiting the shots for Warren Central, I really think that we'll be able to pull away with this game.
One thing I think we will need is I've just been noticing that I think Stansberry has made like probably 10 straight threes from the corner, except he just missed one right there. But I'd like to see a few of those in the second half, maybe get his scoring going. They can get some production. Yeah, they can get some production from him. I think Greenwood will be in good business.
Absolutely. Yeah, but Jack Roberts already having a big game. This will be his third game in a row where he's been really just the determining factor for Greenwood. But
yes.
Yeah, it's been an exciting game so far. You can say that because it's tied at the half. But yeah, Greenwood they found themselves on defense, and as long as they just keep hitting those shots, I mean, it'll be Gator ball. By the end of this game.
Yep. And that would be a big-time, much-needed upset as far as confidence goes heading into the district tournament, which we will hopefully be able to televise.
Absolutely.
Is the week after next. As Greenwood has already locked up the 3 seed and will be playing Central for the right to go to regions, actually, because runner-up also gets to go to regions.
We already filmed once at Warren East.
Yes.
We may have a few problems just because we won't be able to film up on that upper pavilion. But
zoom it out.
Yeah.
All right, we're back with the start of the second half. Your Gators are tied here, 23-23 with Warren Central. We could have an upset brewing, or maybe it's just a slow start by the Dragons. We'll figure it out as the second half starts. Ooh, nice spin move there by Parker Williams, but a good rejection there by Boyd.
Yeah.
That's his calling card, really hard-nosed defense. It's hard to get a shot past him.
Greenwood was really going after Boyd in that first half. I mean, they were taking advantage of some lackadaisical defense by him. But
ooh, kickball there on Warren Central. Decent instinctive play, as that would have left Ben Carroll wide open.
If Boyd picks it up on defense, though, he's going to be the deciding factor for this game, though. I truly believe that.
Nice tap pass by Ben Carroll, but it was closely covered there. Ooh, Ben Carroll cannot get the drop, and Cade Sennett loses it out of bounds.
Well, that referee sure does like being loud.
Yeah, almost reminds me of TV Teddy, who's a referee in the college ranks, Ted Valentine, who's drawn a whole lot of hatred from the UK faithful over the years.
UK faithful, gross.
Nice spin around jumper, but it goes out. Boyd gets away with a little bit of an over the back right there. But either way, Ben Carroll came up with the board. And he's going to get a wide open 3 right here, and he's going to drill it. Greenwood has now pulled ahead for the first time in this game. It's 26-23 in favor of your Gators with about 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Warren Central can't afford to leave Ben Carroll open like that.
Yep. And even if they do decide to closely guard him, that just spreads out the floor even more and provides more opportunities for driving it in.
Absolutely.
Ooh, nice steal there by Ben Carroll. Greenwood still looking to slow it down, not get anything in transition, unless you get a wide open 3 from Noah Stansberry, but he passed up on it. So the contested 2-point shot and still made it. Your Gators are now ahead 5. I can say I'm one happy sports commentator right now.
Score is 28-23 with 6.5 minutes left.
Brents takes the somewhat open 3 and it rims out. Bit of attempted to get the ball, but it goes off of him and it'll be Gator basketball. This is a really well-played game of basketball by Greenwood. Completely different from that game against Logan County. Even though they did come out on top of that game, the offense looked stagnant most of the night.
Tell me about that last game, Tucker.
Logan County is very long on defense. Pretty well all their players seemingly had a 6'6" or above wingspan. And Greenwood could not get anything going from 3. They shot 6 for 31.
Whew.
Had to get almost everything inside, kind of like they're doing in this game, but Greenwood is doing a little bit more efficiently in that game, as I was able to watch that game as a student. But Greenwood eventually came out on top in overtime in that game. Shot runs out there.
Greenwood definitely is going quality over quantity in terms of their shot selection in this game.
Yes, they are. It's all part of that slow down game plan right there. Oh, and 1 right there. Jack Roberts is very fired up on that play. And I don't think Brents is too happy that he got the blocking foul, but he was not set up until Roberts was already in the air. And right on cue, Greenwood shots have started to fall, and they're looking like they want to pull away from this. They're up 7 now. It's 30-23 here. They're going to take an 8-point lead with this free throw, and they do. This crowd is really fired up now.
One thing that's notable is Boyd has been taken out of the game. He's taking a breather on the bench right now.
Malika takes it in, shoots, and fails to score the N1, but he'll be going to the line for 2.
Boyd taken out in favor of Antonio Barbie, number 30 for Warren Central. He's going to be provided most of that size that they're going to try to make up for to be able to defend Ben Carroll.
Malika makes the first of 2 shots.
But you can't just defend Ben Carroll by being tall, because I mean you could be tall and still fail to deter some of Ben Carroll's shots. You have to have a good wingspan. You have to have good lower body strength. I mean, Ben Carroll, he's one of the hardest players to defend in our region.
Yes, I think the Todd County Center found that out the hard way, as he was 6'7", but Ben Carroll still was able to drop a clip on him. And there, right on cue, he gets the ball wide open in the post, and he scores again. It's 33-25 in favor of your Gators.
There's that in-between game we were talking about.
Greenwood has just been executing that game plan to a T. This is a very well-coached game from Coach Pels here.
Ben Carroll's like a athletic.
Barbie gets the shot blocked by Jack, but Giovanni Floyd comes up with the rebound. And going into that timeout with about 5:03 remaining, your Gators are currently ahead 33-27. This is certainly a scoreline I did not see coming for this opening tip, but everything since then has indicated this.
Yeah, we were talking about Greenwood's able to hit their shots, and they're going to pull away with this one. And I mean, they sure have.
Yes, they just got to keep going. They got to keep that foot on the gas pedal. They cannot let up whatsoever.
Yeah.
If they let up even for a tiny bit, Central will get a few transition buckets, and then it'll be a whole new ball game.
I would like to see Yazzie Stansberry in the game more, though.
Yeah, just see him spread the floor a little bit, but why mess with what you got? This offense has been doing very good, but Isaac would do very good with floor spreading.
Yeah. I mean, he just adds another dynamic to this offense for Greenwood. Yeah. And Isaac tries every single possession that he's on the court. He always gives 110%.
And coming out of that timeout, it'll be Greenwood basketball on the baseline. Central's going to apply a little pressure here to try to speed up the tempo of this game, as Greenwood has controlled it and slowed it down a whole lot. That's one of the things that I've very much liked out of this game so far, is Greenwood has kept Central out of transition, somewhere where they thrive. Jack Roberts passes up the lightly covered three, but Ben Carroll takes his, and it goes off front iron. Malik is going to try to take it back down court, has it poked loose by Ben Carroll, and they come up with the loose ball. Good hustle there by the Gators. Cade Sinnott gets the ball. Ben Carroll gets it with the head of steam. Oh, no! And rims it off front iron. Goodness, that would have brought the house down.
Getting blocked by the rim, that's one of the worst things that could happen to you.
And Warren Central scores right there. That's a real momentum shifter. Greenwood would have pulled ahead by 7 right there, or actually 8.
That was a good run there by Greenwood.
Oh, and then it's picked off there by Lawrence. And foul there on Cade Sinnott. See, this is exactly what I warned them of in the timeout. They really got to watch out. A few buckets and it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah, that's something Greenwood can't afford to be right now, is complacent.
Yes.
They can't let up for 1 second.
Yeah. You'd have to think if that dunk went down, that's a completely different ball game.
Pretty sure the roof would have fallen.
Ah, yes.
Golly.
But anyway, going into that timeout, it is Greenwood 33, Warren Central 29, with 4:14 remaining in the third quarter. Excuse me. It'll be Camden Lawrence to the line for 2 when we come out of this timeout. All right, it'll be Central to the line for 2 right here. Camden Lawrence taking the free throws.
One thing you can't say about the game so far is it's been fun.
Yes, it has been a really fun game for both sides. I really am entertained by this game. It's been a much better game of basketball played than the one I saw Tuesday, even though it was very exciting going into overtime with that game winner from Ben Carroll. And Camden Lawrence makes the second of 2, and it's now a 1-possession game.
It's a pretty filled crowd for Greenwood tonight.
Yes, it is the last home game of the season, even though they did have the senior night festivities on Tuesday due to the Hall of Fame induction being Friday. Ben Carroll gets the ball at the perimeter. Parker Williams gets the ball up at the top of the key. Jack Roberts gets the deep, wide open 3 and drills it. That's one major part of that game, is that deep 3. If you leave him open for that, he's taking it, and he's probably going to make it almost every time.
Absolutely.
That's a big-time shot right there, as that makes it a 3-possession game. And Central makes another shot. It's now 36-32 with 3:30 remaining.
That's one thing I really want to see Parker Williams unlock before his high school career is over, is that outside shot. I mean, this season he's shooting about 23% from that range, but I mean, Ben Carroll and Parker Williams, imagine that pick and roll with a good three-point shot.
Goodness. Because he's already an unstoppable player if he gets his head down going towards the basket. Imagine if he could pull up while doing that. Ooh, Jack Roberts gets the way to split the defense right there by Jack Roberts, and it's back up to 6 for Greenwood now, 38-32.
You know who George Gervin is, right? The ice man.
Yes.
That was a George Gervin finger roll right there by Jack Roberts.
Ooh. Questionable reach-in foul there on Ben Carroll. Just got a little bit too excited right there. A little bit handsy. Jamal Barber subbing in for Malika. Barbie gets the ball down low and appears to travel, and he does. They called it. Good eye there by the official.
Barbie's a real raw prospect, though. He's mainly in the game right now to limit Ben Carroll on the defensive end, but I mean, that's kind of what he's in here for.
Yes, he's got all of the factors that you've got to be born with. He's tall, lengthy, athletic, but he has no specific skill, and it was shown right there. He was unable to stop Ben Carroll. He was completely helpless in that low post. It's now 40-32 in favor of your Gators.
That one foot runner.
Ooh, good hustle play there by Greenwood. They're just getting every loose ball. Cade Stinnett gets the wide open mid-range, and it goes far. But Parker Williams comes down with the board. Ooh, Jack Roberts wanted that shot, but he wisely decides against it. And Jack Roberts takes it in. Nice pass and score there by Cade Stinnett. It's now a 10-point lead for your Gators. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. It is 42-32 with about a minute 50 remaining.
Well, Warren Central is missing another level to their game with Boyd sitting on the bench.
Yes. And Brents takes a deep three right there, and he's unable to make that one.
I'm sure their coach will be fine with their defense.
Ooh, Ben Carroll gets a wide open three. Oh, and it rims out. That would have brought the house down. But they're going to call it out off of Giovanni Floyd. It'll be Greenwood basketball on the baseline.
I'm sure Warren Central's coach is completely fine with their defensive effort. I mean, Greenwood's just hitting shots, but on offense, they're just stagnant right now.
And Trey Pillow and Tayshawn Bibb are now subbing in. You'd have to think it's because they've just been getting manhandled right now with their second string in.
Yeah, Tayshawn Bibb is.
Ben Carroll draws the foul right there. He'll be going to the line for two. He wanted that dunk right there.
That was an iffy block, shooting foul call there. I mean,
you can never block from behind and expect to get a clean block.
Unless your name is Anthony Davis.
Fair point. You have that kind of length. You can block from anywhere.
Or Kawhi Leonard.
Yes.
But, I mean, those are two legendary players.
Yes, if they were on the court right now for Warren Central, I tell you right now, we would not be winning this game. I don't care how well you're playing. No.
I'd be surprised if we scored a point.
But anyway, good thing they're not on here because Greenwood's now up 44-32 with a minute 20 remaining in the third quarter. This has just been a great game of basketball. And they called a blocking foul. I'm sure.
Why hasn't Isaac been in the game?
I
mean, I know they're doing well right now, but
I think Pels just doesn't want to mess with what he has. They've just been on a tear. They've already scored they scored 16 points in this third quarter already.
You know I love Cade from the first time we saw him start against Bowling Green, but I mean, why isn't Isaac in the game? I'm not just saying that because he's a senior. I'm saying that because it makes sense. I'm not just saying that because
Lawrence gets a wide open three-pointer and drills it. That cuts it back to single digits. We're now under a minute remaining. It's 44-35 in favor of your Gators. Boyd is back in the game now. And Ben Carroll lands on the baseline. Not really much else you can call there. I mean, that looked like a clean shot to me. Crowd doesn't agree, but oh well. Boyd gets the ball in around mid-range, tries to back down Ben Carroll, splits the defense and scores.
Great play by Boyd there.
Oh, Jack Roberts is wide open, shoots and scores. Real lapse in the defense there by Warren Central, and that brings it back out to 9. Lawrence gets another wide open three and drills it. Greenwood has to be really careful here. They really want to slow down the pace. They can ill afford to make this a transition game as they will probably start to lose control. And there it goes right there. Ooh. Good job there by Parker Williams to block the dunk to reduce any sort of confidence. It's like all the coaches say, if they don't see it go in, that's going to kill confidence. And almost right on cue, Isaac Stansberry comes in for Noah. That's the third foul on Noah now.
Like my favorite football movie of all time, We Are Marshall. Don't play until the whistle blows.
Yes. About 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Warren Central can cut it to a one-possession game here with a three-pointer. 3, 2, 1. Takes the pull-up jumper and misses it off front iron, and your Gators are ahead by 6 here going into the fourth quarter. It is 46-40 here at the Swamp. We will be right back with the start of the fourth quarter. All right, we're now back with the start of the fourth quarter. Your Greenwood Gators are ahead right now, 46-40. It's Bibb up top with the ball. Over to Malika. Back over to Bibb. Back over to Malika. Over to Bibb again. Now to Boyd, who passes up the wide open jumper and misses it. And nice dodge there by Cade Sinnott. He's got a smirk on his face right now. He's really happy about this game. And I had to say I have about the same facial expression right now.
And Isaac Stansbury subbed out. Great.
Good idea there by Greenwood to not try to go for the quick bucket right there. They really want to slow this game down, as that's how Warren Central was able to come back in this game. Oh, Jack Roberts gets the wide open three. Let's go. Oh, and it rims out, but they control the rebound. Just seems every time there's been a...
You want to be a little bit unbiased.
And Bids fails to make the jumper, but Central comes up with the board and makes it. It's now just a 4-point game. It's 46-42 in favor of your Gators.
Sorry.
Central running a half-court
Sorry
trap.
about the camera lapse on that one. I mean, Greenwood's playing a great switching offense right now. They're making Warren Central switch their big men onto Greenwood's guards. I mean, it's just, I love what I'm seeing right now.
Yes, I do too. Van Carroll gets the open three and drills it. It's now 49-42 in favor of your Gators.
I could have swore his foot was on the line, but
we're not going to complain. They seemed to take away a three-pointer earlier. Maybe that was payback. Boyd just passed up another wide open three. You'd think he would take that if he gets that much space.
Is Boyd just out of it right now? I mean, do you have to think it's his psyche?
I don't know. I guess maybe that one really badly missed three-pointer really got to him. Because he missed that one ball horrendously. But you'd think if he's able to shoot that and make it, that completely changes Central's offense. It just spreads the ball out more.
He was impacting the game in every single way in the beginning. Now he's just kind of disappeared. And they need him most right now, considering it's the last quarter of the game.
And Greenwood comes up with the rebound again. Noah Stansbury takes and misses the jumper, but Cade Sinnott gets the ball back and saves it off of Lawrence, and it will be Greenwood ball. Greenwood crowd is very fired up right now. Noah Stansbury kicks it in, and Parker Williams scores. It's now 51-44 in favor of your Gators with about 5:30 remaining. What you really want to do right here for Greenwood is just stay poised and stick to the game plan. Crowd is getting loud here. That has to affect Warren Central's psyche and has to be a major boost to Greenwood's. This might this might have been what Greenwood was missing, just that home court edge in that other matchup. Boyd gets the ball. Oh, and misses the dunk. That could have been a nice poster right there. Boyd is just trying to do too much. Oh, okay. They call a kickball.
He was draped all over Boyd on that, though. You have to,
I mean, they didn't call a foul, though. They called a kickball.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Kind of an odd call right there, considering it was a loose ball. Timeout here by Coach Pels with about 4:59 remaining. Your Gators are ahead right now. 51-44. We'll be right back. All right.
So Tucker, let's play a game called NBA player comparison. All right, I'm gonna name a Greenwood player, and you have to tell me what NBA player of all time you think they might be used. Noah Stansberry.
Noah Stansberry. Some might take this as offensive, but I do believe this is a compliment. I do believe he's almost identical to Kyle Korver. Just an absolute NBA sharpshooter. Maybe not all that good in other areas, but just a dead-eye three-point shooter.
Well, I would actually say Noah Stansberry is like J.J. Redick, and then Stansberry is like Kyle Korver.
Yes. Oh, wait, did you say Noah?
Yes, I said.
Oh, I just misheard you then. Yes, I would agree in that comparison then.
Because
I'm sorry.
Noah is able to make a shot better than his brother is. Noah has a little bit better of dribble moves, but both of them absolutely dead-eye shooters.
Yes.
One more, though. Ben Carroll.
Ben Carroll. I don't know. It's actually kind of a tough one.
You know, I know two player comparisons. I would say either Dirk Nowitzki or Bill Walton. And the main reason I say Dirk Nowitzki is because he gets that 1 foot runner a lot of the times in that in-between game I talk about, but he's also like Bill Walton because he's able to pass, he's able to dribble, he's able to rebound, able to score. Just like Bill Walton, 1977 NBA MVP.
Huh. Central still applying pressure to try to move up the tempo a little bit, but Greenwood still gets the loose ball. Greenwood appears completely content with getting a slow possession, not taking a shot until they need to.
Ooh.
You don't want any bad shots here if you're Greenwood.
Good heads-up play there by Ben Carroll to avoid the steal.
Jack Roberts with the close defense by Boyd. A foul there on Boyd. He's very frustrated.
I don't know about that reaching foul.
Yeah, that just looked to be a contest for a loose ball, but you know what? We're not going to complain. It was for us. Yeah. This is a Greenwood broadcast.
The best broadcasts are unbiased broadcasts, though.
Yes. That's only the second foul on Boyd, though. That's one thing I've really liked about this game. There's not been a lot of fouls called. It's completely different from the game on Tuesday, which seemed to drag on forever because of how many free throws that were being taken.
But it's not just that fouls haven't been called. It's also that both teams have been playing just really smart brands of basketball.
Yeah. They've been able to defend without fouling and haven't been out of control on offense.
Ooh, except on that one.
Yeah.
That was a little out of control on offense.
That did take almost a minute and a half off the clock, and that's precious time for Warren Central.
Warren Central is only down by 2 points, though. We know they could shoot outside, and, I mean, obviously they can get 2 other points.
I mean, well, they're down 51-46 right now. It's 5 points, not 2. But anyway.
Well, I said they could shoot the 3 ball, obviously, and then they can also get 2 points.
Okay. Brents takes another jumper, and that one goes off back iron. Greenwood controls the rebound. With about 3 minutes remaining now. Cade Sinnott gets the ball and called for the travel. Just got a little bit too antsy right there.
Greenwood's got to calm down.
Yes, you cannot push up the tempo against this Central team because they will run you out of the gym. We've already seen this happen once to this Greenwood team. But anyway, we've got about 3 minutes remaining. Your Gators are still ahead 51-46.
Greenwood just needs to control the ball, cause those mismatches.
And Boyd takes and misses the shot, but it's Tayshaun Bibb right in there for the putback.
Bibb has been a difference maker in this game.
Greenwood could really use a bucket here. Push it back to a 2-possession game. That would be crucial. Oh, nice dribble move by Jack Roberts, and he drills it. He just absolutely annihilated the defense right there, and it's back to a 5-point game, 53-48 with 2:13 remaining.
That was a good play regardless of team.
Yes. That's just it. And Coach William Unseld calls a timeout right there after the DeAndre Boyd layup. It's about 2:06 remaining. Your Gators are ahead, 53-50.
There's Boyd using that length that you're talking about. I mean, he's great around the rim. I mean, he's kind of shied away from that three-point shot, but I mean, when he gets around the rim, he really utilizes that wingspan to get some easy layups.
And I think aside from that one silly turnover that Greenwood committed, they've had some really good offensive possessions right here. They've been able to milk a whole lot of clock. There's only been like 4 or 5 possessions over the last 3 minutes. That's great if you're Greenwood. Just keep on milking at that clock and don't let them get out into transition.
Absolutely.
They could just really use a bucket here to keep it at a 2-possession game.
I can hardly hear you because the band is playing. But,
yes. The glorious Greenwood band. But anyway, we'll be right back. All right, we are now back with coverage of the fourth quarter here at the Swamp. Your Gators are currently ahead, 53-50 with 2:06 remaining in the fourth quarter. Warren Central comes out in a full court press, and they finally put somebody on the ball. That might change things.
Yeah, look at who they have on the ball.
Now Stansberry gets the ball in the corner, dribbles out of the trap. Passes up to Cade Stinnett, who gets the ball poked away. And that's off Warren Central. Much to the malignment of the Warren Central crowd, but that did not appear to touch anyone after Brents poked it out.
That was a good call.
That was a good call. A little soccer action right there from Warren Central.
Great feed-up defense there.
Yep. That was a good block, though, because that Parker Williams was running almost uncontested towards the rim. This is a very big possession right here for Greenwood. And Parker Williams steps up to the challenge. He scores again. It's 53-50 in favor of your Gators.
55-50.
55-50, excuse me.
Minute and a half left in the entire game. Hopefully Greenwood can hold on to this lead.
This game has gone by fast. It's only been an hour of actual time. Boyd dribbles up, shoots, and misses it off back iron. And Central comes up with a loose ball. And Jamal Barber scores and cuts it back to a 1-possession game with 1:11 remaining. It's 55-52.
Number 5, Malika.
Number 5.
I told
Malika.
you he'd be a difference maker.
Yes, he has been so far. With about 1:11 remaining, your Greenwood Gators had the ball up 3, 55-52. We'll be right back. All right, we are back with coverage of the fourth quarter. Warren Central back out in a full court press. Now Stansberry gets it in a trap and calls a timeout.
Another timeout.
All right. I love timeouts.
Me too. It's time for us to talk about pointless things and commentating. Who's one player that you wish you would have seen more out of in this game, though? Either side.
I'm not quite sure about that yet. I don't know.
My own question?
Yeah.
I would say Boyd.
Yes.
I was really high on him coming into this game. I mean, as the leading scorer and the leading rebounder for Warren Central.
Right.
I mean, at the start of the game, he had 2 wide open threes, sunk them both, and now he isn't shooting the ball.
Yes, but he has still been able to make a difference in the post, because I did almost say him, but he has made a difference in crunch time so far.
Yeah, so far he has been bad. I just think this would have been a completely different ball game if he was playing at the elite level. He never can.
All right, we're now back. Jack Roberts gets the ball in the inbounds, dribbles out of the trap. And as he takes it across the timeline, we have 1 minute remaining now. Cade Sinnott takes it in, kicks out to Jack Roberts, who passes up on the wide open three. Wise idea right there, is they just want to get as much out of this clock as possible. Boyd almost comes up with a steal right there, but they retain possession. Greenwood, oh no! Oh, Pels is angry. That's really costly right there. They had everything going for them right there.
What a play there by Boyd, though. Gets that offensive possession.
What do you do if you're Warren Central right here? Do you try to dribble out the clock and go for the three, or go for a quick layup and hope for another turnover?
I say quick layup. I mean, Warren Central has been playing good enough defense to be able to win it through.
Yes, that has been their game so far. Oh no, another bad pass. Loose ball on the floor. Greenwood comes up with it. Oh! No! Oh my God!
Travel there. That was a travel. That was a travel. He was in the act of recovering the ball, so I could see how that could be differently, but
I am quite frankly disgusted. We have 24 seconds remaining right now. Your Gators are still ahead by 3. Boyd gets in the low post, shoots and misses. Ben Carroll gets the board. That was huge. Greenwood takes it across the timeline, and Ben Carroll just going to hold on to it. And they finally call the foul.
14 seconds left, 55.
15 seconds left, and Greenwood's not even in the bonus. Central's going to have to foul again.
Oh, gosh.
We already see a few Central fans heading for the exit. That's not good.
Warren Central's put in bid, trying to get that shooting lineup in.
Jack Roberts gets the ball back, and they call a foul. And that still has yet to put them in the bonus. They're going to have to foul him again.
Greenwood is in the bonus. They're in the bonus now.
Yes, they are. Yes. But it's now 11.9 remaining. Those are some precious few seconds dripping off of the clock right now. And Cade Sinnott calls a timeout. I don't know about you, Jackson, but I'm a little nervous. A lot less nervous now that we have the ball.
If we were going by NBA rules and it wasn't a 1-for-1, I wouldn't be as nervous. But considering that Ben Carroll, in my opinion, it matters who gets the inbounds pass.
Yes.
I'd be much more comfortable with Jack Roberts to go standing there shooting a foul shot than Ben Carroll, even though Ben Carroll is extremely a consistent foul shooter. But how nervous I am is really, frankly, dependent on who's shooting the foul shots.
All right. It'll be a Greenwood inbound right here. Let's just hope they can take care of business. Foul there as soon as Ben Carroll catches the ball. Only 0.3 of a second went off the clock.
Uh-oh.
You got to hope he just makes the front end right here and makes it a two-possession game. Because Greenwood's only in the single bonus right now. They have one. They have 1-1 right now. This is some intense stuff right now.
Yes, it is.
And Ben Carroll takes and drills the free throw. That may just ice this game.
Ben Carroll is a 74% shooter on the season for free throws, so he's extremely consistent. But you got to hope that this one goes in.
And he drills both, and that just might put the ice on this game. With 11.6 remaining, your Gators are up 5. And they lose it out of bounds. And in the good old words of Randy and Hal, the old Western Kentucky sports announcers, you can open up the doors, you can let the ushers in. Your Gators are coming home with a win.
Absolutely.
And Noah Stansberry is going to be going to the line for 2 right now, or 1 and for the 1-and-1 right now. This is a massive win for Greenwood. It has to be a major confidence booster going into the district tournament. And Noah Stansberry makes the first of 2 shots. He's going to be going to the line for the bonus now. And our cameraman Jackson is showing a little love for Isaac. And Noah is able to make both free throws, and your Gators are going to come home with a win right here against Warren Central. And I had to, and they make the 3-pointer, but it doesn't matter unless you had the under. So Greenwood is going to come home with a win against Warren Central. What a massive win for Greenwood this is heading into the district tournament. This has to be such a major confidence booster.
Yes, it is.
All right, we're going to let the fanfare settle down before we talk about this game because it's pretty loud in here right now. We'll be right back.
All right, this is a pretty good game. We were unable to get a post-game player interview, so for everyone at Greenwood TV, that just being Jackson and myself tonight with the somewhat assistance of William Baxter, I would like to say good night and a great win here by the Greenwood Gators over the Warren Central Dragons. Hopefully this can translate to some district tournament success. All right, good night, and thanks for watching.